Bloody Mayhem, the podcast where we talk about true crime and bad behavior in the Midwest.
Each week, we'll bring you 2 stories from the heartland that might break your heart, but we hope to entertain you along the way.
My name is Janet O'Brien.
I'm Tracey Laricha.
I can't say my name is.
It's all right. I get to name you whatever I want now.
Oh.
You're Fluffernutter McPherson now.
Is that my new name?
That's right.
Okay.
Hey there, Fluffernutter. How's everything going?
Hello. It's fine.
Hello, Fluffernutter.
I'm doing good. I started back at my old job.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been actually very nice. It was kind of like I didn't leave.
Right. No.
And everybody's happy to see me. So, when you have people who want to see you, it makes you feel good. You know what I mean?
The week has been eventful.
Yes. Yes, it has.
But the good news is that when everything is all in turmoil,
right,
and up in flux, and everything is going this way and that, we can at least sit down once a week to just relax.
Exactly.
With some crime or some bad behavior stories.
Yes, we can.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I start this week.
You do go first this week.
Yes. So let me open.
Good, because I'm still writing.
Okay. So have you heard of the Lost Boys of Hannibal?
No.
Okay. So I have
Hannibal, Missouri.
Yes,
presumably?
Hannibal, Missouri. But I'm going to start. I have to kind of give you a history lesson because it kind of pertains to what happens.
Does any of this butt up against Mark Twain, or are we?
A little, yes.
Yay! I love me some Samuel Clemens.
Yep. So let's start off. I'm going to start off with the beginning of Hannibal. The history of Hannibal, Missouri. It's located on the west bank of the Mississippi River.
Mm-hmm.
Bear Creek flows down a wide gorge about a quarter-mile wide into the Mississippi.
Okay.
The banks of the river and creek are very rocky. This made a perfect place to build a wharf or whatever,
Sure.
for boats. Tons of different types of trees were able to furnish with logs and lumber to build the businesses that ended up, being in Hannibal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so back in 1680, we're going far back.
Wowza.
Right? Louis Antoine Belgian, he was a Catholic priest, and he was also a missionary. He was from France. I'm sorry, I can't say France without sounding like a conehead. France. Since he was a missionary, he came over to the United States it wasn't the U.S., it was just this new area to try to convert the Native American tribes.
Okay.
So he ended up going in February of 1680. He was sent to go find the Mississippi River. Because really, we were...
Because where was it?
Right?
I mean, it's pretty big.
It is.
Like, you're just like, oh, hey, look at that big thing of water. I bet that's it.
Right.
But anyway, so yes, he goes to find the Mississippi.
Right. And
presuming he's going to be successful.
He follows the Illinois River to the junction of the Mississippi, and then he goes a little bit north. And while he's there, he ends up getting captured by the Sioux.
Oh, okay.
A Sioux war party captures him, but they end up releasing him after a few months.
Mm-hmm.
There's a story behind that, but anyway, he was the first white man to discover this area.
Okay.
Which would eventually become Hannibal. He was... I just read that. Let's not read it twice. He named the creek Bear Creek because there were so many bears around it.
Grar.
So...
And which... Then for a long time there haven't been any bears in Missouri, but now it looks as though they're on their way back.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, going into neighborhoods and stuff, it's
everything
crazy.
Bear is new again.
Yeah. 100 years later, Anthony Soulard.
Hello, Oh.
A Spanish surveyor who had fled the French Revolution and entered the U.S., who was responsible for supervising the construction of the fort in St. Genevieve. He also renamed this Bear Creek to Hannibal Creek.
Okay.
As we know, Anton Soulard the Soulard Market is named after him, Soulard neighborhood, and he is buried in Calvary Cemetery.
Now, he was married to Julia?
Oh, I have no.
Right?
I don't know
we
who
don't
he was.
know. Okay.
I did.
There's a whole bunch about the Soulards that
really?
we might get into on a future episode.
Okay, yeah, I don't have a lot of information.
But we'll leave them here for now.
Right, so he was basically the second person to discover that, second white person to really just claim it a little. He renamed the creek to Hannibal Creek. Now, Hannibal, he was a Carthaginian general and statesman who commanded forces in Carthage in the battle against the Roman Republic during the Second Punic War. So that's where the word Hannibal comes from.
Got it.
1764, Pierre Leclerc.
Aha! Well, another name.
Another name. Pierre Leclerc, that we have Leclerc's Landing here in St. Louis. He sent men to explore the Mississippi by going up the Salt River, where Florida, Missouri, is now located. Florida, Missouri is where Samuel L. Clemens was born, by the way. Lived there till he was 4.
Known for car racing and white sand beaches.
But in Missouri.
Try the crab balls.
28 years later, Martunin Beauvet, another Frenchman, came down the Illinois River to the area and felt that the Salt River, which he was traveling on, would furnish a really good salt industry.
It's almost like it's right there.
He ends up building some buildings, and he went back to St. Louis to go find some workers. But while he was gone, the natives burnt his town down, basically. Burnt the buildings he built to do the salt mining.
All right.
He built another salt mine, only to be burnt again, and then the Native Americans ended up killing him.
But the third one stayed.
So basically what was happening is Hannibal is in a very highly active Native American area, and the Native Americans really just didn't want us there. They kept trying to give us clues. We kept ignoring them.
Lots of fire.
1819, Moses D. Bates. He is the founder. He actually changes that creek from that was Bear to Hannibal, changes it back to Bear, and goes, let's use the word Hannibal as how about the name of this town.
Okay.
So that's where it came from, because of the creek.
So Hannibal, Missouri
is
now a town.
Yes. During this time, the Sauk and the Fox tribes, they lived up in that area, and they laid...
The Sauk Fox?
No. In 1836, when the town was laid out, there was only 30 people there. They were having a hard time keeping people there. Mm-hmm. So they started to kind of give people incentives to move to that area. By 1840, there was 450 people, and by 1847, there was 2,000 people in the city of Hannibal. Moses, he ends up building the first store in Hannibal, and he runs a keelboat that runs from St. Louis to Hannibal to bring in new settlers and more merchandise. There are 2 newspapers in the town, one owned by a certain Orion Clemens.
Oh, yes! Mark Twain's brother, right?
No, his father.
His father?
His father, Orion Clemens, has the newspaper.
Okay, I think his brother was also named Orion.
Oh, okay.
I think it might have been a senior-junior situation.
So that's...
A sock fuck, if you will.
So, of course, Mark Twain learns about, the newspaper business. After basically the Clemens family, they moved from Florida, Missouri to Hannibal, and Mark Twain lives there from 1839 to 1853 from the age of 4 to 17. Mm-hmm. McDowell's Cave, which is now the Mark Twain Cave, and Cameron Cave were explored by the juveniles in the area, which inspired Mark Twain to put a cave an important role in the 1876 novel The Adventures of Tom Sawyer as McDouglas Cave.
Right.
There were also 2 other caves in the area, the Laban Cave and the Four of Murphy's Cave. Missouri, it is the Show Me State, but it is also the cave state. There are 7,500 known caves, recorded caves in the state of Missouri.
Murphy's Cave is a private name that I have. Someplace special.
Most caves, they're created because the underlying...
I'm sorry, sometimes I just make myself laugh. Okay,
so there's 7,500 caves in the state of Missouri. They are created when most of our state has an underlane of solube, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly, carbonate bedrock, such as limestone or dolomite, that can be easily dissolved by water. So basically, a slightly acidic rainfall, it filters through the ground and enters through the cracks and joints found in the bedrock, and it slowly dissolves away. And it makes basically an area for water to kind of get into that area, which is large as the passages, which creates a cave.
Okay.
With the 4 caves considered, for these 4 caves, there's 4 that we know of in Hannibal, and they're considered maze caves. They consist of a network of irregular pattern of passages containing numerous closed loops. So it's like a maze. You know, you go, and you're like,
so
I can't go any
depending
further.
on the way that the water flows.
Right.
It's not a straightforward thing. It's just kind of like, ooh, could be to the left, to the left. Yeah.
The Mark Twain Cave was discovered, quote unquote, in 1870 by a person by the name of Jack Simmons while they were tracking a panther. So over the years, this cave had several names. When he discovered it in 1820, they named it Panther Cave because he was tracking a panther. It was called the Saltpeter Cave at one point because of the presence of bat guano, which is rich in saltpeter, the main component of gunpowder. 1840, Dr. Joseph Nash McDowell from St. Louis, he purchases the cave. And he purchases it to research the preservation qualities of bat guano.
Did you know that bat guano is also something that was like early on in eye makeup?
I'm not surprised by that.
Mascara and, yeah, like for whatever reason.
Right.
That's what we had. So we were all batshit crazy because we just smeared bat poo
on our face.
On our eyelids.
Yeah, sure.
So that we could look doe-eyed. Anyway, carry on.
That's okay. So he purchases the cave because he wants to use it as a laboratory. It's a perfect underground lab. I mean, the temperature is always the same. It's cool, so it's perfect. Dr. Joseph McDowell, he had 10 kids, and his 14-year-old daughter dies of a horrible illness.
Oh, well, you got 9 left.
Yeah, so he encloses her body in a copper cylinder and fills it with alcohol and suspends it in one of the cave passages to preserve her.
That sounds totally reasonable.
During this time,
Go on.
During this time, I mean, when this doctor owned the cave, Samuel Clemens was a kid. He was in the area.
Oh my goodness!
So during that time, Samuel Clemens and his friends, they went crawling in there, and they went to go.
Oh my god!
They heard the rumors, so they went to go try to find her, and they did. They touched her hair and stuff. But
ew. Okay, yeah, like you do, because it's not enough to just see it.
No.
How did they open that?
I have no idea.
And then close it again.
So him and his friends found out about the passage because they wanted to go see the corpse because bored kids.
They FAFO'd?
And the residents of Hannibal, they found out about this and they demanded the doctor stop the research and remove the body. They're just like, no, what are you doing?
Okay.
When the doctor, he passes away in 1868, and a nearby Hannibal brick plant purchased it and made it into a park, offering a dance hall, swings and hammocks inside the cave, a pure mineral-rich water to promote health, and they also had a baseball park and a horse track on the property, obviously
That's
not
right.
in the cave. It made a nice park. It's right there on the river. It's got a cave. They have some land.
And, yeah, sure. And why not
Why not?
combine that with buddies?
So 1876, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer is published, and the cave becomes a popular tourist attraction. John East, a Cave Hollow resident, started a guide service making Mark Twain Cave, which eventually it got changed over because it became so popular.
Sure.
The Mark Twain Cave became the Missouri's first commercial show cave and has been in continuous service since. So they've been doing tours there long before Merrimack Caverns.
For a few extra dollars, I hear that you can just saddle up one of the bodies and race them around, and whoever gets there first wins a small teddy bear.
The cave again was purchased later by Judge Evan T. Cameron. He had worked as a youth as a guide in when he was a youth, he was one of the guides at the cave. So when he was an adult and a judge and everything, he's like, I'm going to purchase that cave. So he purchases the cave in 1923.
Okay.
His son, Archie Cameron, in 1935, finds a sinkhole, and he found this new cave with 4.62 miles.
Oh, so we've got the original, and
so
now...
you got the Mark Twain cave, and so they find this other cave that's not very far away. They're obviously probably connected, and so they name that the Cameron Cave.
Oh dear.
So now we got two big caves. They keep the Cameron Cave as natural as possible. You can actually go and do tours of it, but Mark Twain Cave has electric lights and everything, and that's the way it is.
Steps and
Right.
it's like going to Merrimack Caverns.
Yes.
You can just kind of go and do it.
Right.
So the Cameron Cave?
Yeah, so that's the Cameron Cave. So I had to give you the backstory so you know there's more than one cave in Hannibal. I mean, it's just the whole city has caves under it.
We're lousy with caves. We really are.
Yeah, we are.
In Missouri.
So now we're going to get to the actual story of the Lost Boys. Let's jump forward to 1967.
Okay.
The construction of Highway 79 is underway. That's the highway that goes from St. Louis all the way up to Hannibal. Just like Samuel Clemens in his youth, children still wanted to explore caves. There was these three boys, Joel Hogue, his younger brother Billy, and their friend Edwin Dowell. They were excited about the construction that was happening with the new highway.
Joel, Billy, Eddie.
Yes, Joel, Billy, Edwin. They go over to the development where the construction is happening, and several limestone cave openings were now exposed due to the new digging.
Oh my!
Because I don't. You've driven to Hannibal before, right?
I have.
And it's like you're kind of driving between two big cliffs. Once you get there, that is what they're digging. So it's all filled with caves, and they've just dug through the earth, and now they have new exposed entries to this cave. And both the Cameron and the Mark Twain caves, they were considered about a mile south of these new openings. So the three boys, they're between the ages of 11 and 14. They go for a short visit, but return home after. They found passages that were hard to squeeze through. Some they crawled through while dust and small rocks rained down on them from the ceiling while the construction was still taking place. So they're under the ground. They've snuck onto this construction area they're not supposed to be in. They're still running their big machines and all that, and these boys are like getting stuff rained down on them, but they still think it's exciting. They did not notice, however, that there were thousands of hairline fractures in the limestone and strata from all the dynamite blasting and earth moving. The highway, when they popped out of the first day they pop out of the ground, and a worker on the construction site, it was like, he's like, go on home, you could get hurt. So he's like, shoos him away. Of course, they went back again on Tuesday, May 9th, and explored a while. And then they went back home covered just with mud because it had rained on the site. So, like, they had mud on their boots, on their shoes and their jeans.
But a little bit coming down, like, kind of out of the ceiling doesn't necessarily mean that. But when it gets wet dirt.
Yeah, it gets cakey.
It's going to be heavier than dry dirt.
Right. So when they get home, according to the Hoag's sister, she remembers the boys coming home and the Hoag's parents just getting really mad at them. Like go clean up. Don't go to that cave again. And they kind of even put their older brother in charge, saying, make sure those boys don't go back to that cave. That's not
You're
good.
14. You raise our children.
So on May 10th, 1967, Billy Hoag asked their friend Rob Yeager if he wanted to go join their cave exploration, but he declined as his dad would not allow it. As his dad put it, no way in hell.
Thank you. At least, wow.
So he didn't go.
What a relief to find a responsible adult in one of these stories.
Right?
You know how many times we do this where it's just like, they're like, yeah, sure, whatever, kid.
It's fine. So some of their friends see them entering the cave around the new openings around 4:30. Around 5 p.m., a motorist saw a boy that fit the description of Billy walking near the road cut. That's what they call that area, the road cut, carrying a small military-type shovel. One of the teachers from the school they went to also claimed she saw the boys shortly after 5 p.m. when she was coming home from a meeting on the road cut location as well. And then the janitor around 5:15 from the school, he saw the boys on a high slope of the road cut, kind of looking down. But at that point, the boys were never seen again. There was a massive search for these boys. It was considered...
Wherever could they be?
Yeah, this was considered one of the largest cave searches because it isn't just that we already have these two caves. We obviously know they're connected, but now you have these new openings. How are you going to find them, So May 11th, there's 5 teams of 3 men. They go in and they start searching. Conway Christensen, chief of the Hondo Underground Resolve Team. Okay. HURT is what they call it. Also, the vice president of the new Virginia-based, it's a Speleological Society of America, the SSA, wanted to increase the visibility of the SSA because they were brand new, and they were also cave rescue team. So they also came. The Hannibal police requested basically both teams to come. Once down there, they could see the fractures and how it could be so prone to collapse. Large crowds of onlookers came to watch the search. More people came to help as well. Whoever had basically experience in
caving.
In caving.
People that go missing in caves, and the whole part where half of the cave is going to be flooded.
Yeah, it's not great. The media was more of a distraction when they were trying to do this because they were trying to create a plan and the media kept asking, so that was kind of a distraction. The Missouri governor, Warren Hearns, he ends up ordering 150 man National Guard to join on the surface to search because... maybe the boys are embarrassed. Maybe they got out. Right. And they're hiding now. So he sends them out to go try to find the boys. Jim Arago, he's a St. Louis machinist who gets a phone call on Thursday because he's an experienced caver. He headed up Highway 61, and he was speeding, and a cop ends up pulling him over. And he's like, "Why are you going so fast?" And he's like, "I'm going up, they called me." And he looks in the back seat and notices that he has all this caving equipment, and the cop's like, "Follow me." So he ends up following him up the highway at like 100 miles an hour, following this cop.
Like just quick as you can get there.
Right. So he spends like 12 hours a day underground. More cavers come. They keep looking. An expensive state-of-the-art underground camera was used, but it was lost when somebody tripped over the cable unplugging it, and then it burned out the camera.
Oh.
The Lost Boys, the Lost Boys story had become national at this point.
I love that we're calling them this.
Right? May 12th, 1967, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette covered the story. Rescuers were trying to decide today whether to drill or blast their way into the cave. A sworn psychic who was one of the teachers.
No.
She swore at one point that the boys were just right underneath them and they should drill there, but of course she was ignored. After they exhausted the Murphy's Cave, they ended up going into another cave and looking through there. KHMO, a radio station in Hannibal, they would report about this search like all the time. The residents of Hannibal took care of everyone with free meals, free hotel rooms, free cabs, transportation. Basically, everybody was just trying to find them. Thursday, May 18th at 5 p.m., the search ends. The SSA brought back for like 2 more days by the Hoag family, and 2 days later they canceled the search again. The boys are not found. What they did discover is that they spent about $26,000, which would be about $250,000. They raised this money.
Holy moly, that's a lot.
Yeah, to give to the people who were searching. The Salvation Army reported that they staffed Hannibal for about 245 hours. They dispensed 9,000 cups of coffee, hot chocolate and cold drinks, about 900 sandwiches, 2,600 donuts,
so
and
all
about
of this
almost
work.
Yes, and no boys. Just could not find them. With no closure, the City Hall Council chambers was packed, and on June 6th, on a Tuesday, basically the community is like, "Why are you giving up on the search?" So they do one last attempt. June 9th, they do a test drill, and they begin to locate maybe the second level of the cave, and they drill holes that are 30 feet deep and 24 inches wide.
Oh my goodness.
2:30 a.m., June 10th, the drilling stopped. They
Hey,
try
it's my
again on
birthday.
Sunday, and they stop again. Oh, right, June 10th, right. So the boys are never found. We jump ahead to Mother's Day.
I got 10 kids.
Memorial Day. I mean, they end up doing a memorial on Mother's Day on May 10th of 1992. Helen Hoag, who is the last surviving parent of these boys, along with the Hoag's older brother.
So is that that's the year after?
No.
Oh.
1992. 25 years later.
25 years
Yeah,
later.
25 years later, they end up doing a memorial. So Helen is the last surviving parent, and one of their brothers is. They hold a service at Lover's Leap, which is just it looks over the Mississippi. It's right there. 150 people attend. Helen Hoag. She looks over at the mass of her friends and her neighbors and says, "This memorial has been needed for a long time, and it makes it more final."
25 years is a long time to wait
Yeah.
for that. That's why I think I jumped the gun on the year.
Right,
because
exactly.
normally-
A memorial stone was unveiled by Marty Hodges, who was a good friend of the Hoags, and also the organizer of the event.
Oh, wow.
The stone reads, "Craig Dow, Joey Hoag, Billy Hoag. On May 10th, 1967, 3 adventurous boys explored these hills in the footprints of Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer, only never to be seen again.
Oh.
Craig, Joey, and Billy will be remembered by rescue teams who came from coast to coast to solve the disappearance. These boys are dearly missed and loved by their families and friends, but will never be forgotten by all. This historical monument also reflects the love of the community and a nation that helped in the search.
Oh.
That is my story.
That is really...
I mean, it's not solved.
It's very sad.
It's very
it's
sad.
very lovely.
It is. It is.
I mean, obviously, something happened.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean...
if they were around, they'd have turned back up again.
Yeah, exactly. So...
But, oh.
So that is my story of the Lost Boys in
Woof.
Hannibal.
Oh, wow.
So, and about the biggest cave search for somebody getting lost in a cave.
I
mean,
mean...
the family really tried,
Hannibal is lovely.
Yeah.
And Mark Twain,
Yes.
grew up, like you said, just kind of going and, clamping around
Yep,
down
exactly.
there. So, oh my gosh.
So that is my story.
That is a good one. I wish that we had a happier ending for
I know.
But
Maybe a
that
little
is a really
teary-eyed.
good story.
Yeah.
And it is a really beautiful part of the country.
Exactly. So I think you have a conclusion story for me, don't
Am
you?
I supposed... Oh, was that you today? Freak! All right. No, I do have the conclusion of the Josephine Baker story for you. So when we last left her, Josephine was at the top of her career in Paris. She was traveling throughout Europe. In 1936, she does go back to the United States for a little while.
Ah.
And she, unfortunately, faces the same racism.
Yep.
She comes back for a revival of the Ziegfeld Follies. And, everybody, ooh la la, the
Right.
famous Josephine Baker, because she's world known.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, known on the world stage now. She comes back to the Ziegfeld Follies. And, unfortunately... white audiences hate her.
Yeah.
Black audiences think that she is, quote, trying to pass. So she really doesn't capture the hearts of either of them. Also, she, at the same time, manages to feud with Fanny Bryce.
Oh.
Who is was also big on the vaudeville circuit and also had all kinds of connections with reviewers and all of that. So she, after just a little bit of a time with the Ziegfeld Follies, she's removed from the review and she is replaced with a white dancer who's going to be the headliner. And you might know the name.
Oh.
In that she's replaced by a burlesque dancer that we know as Gypsy Rose Lee.
Oh my gosh.
So if you're a Broadway fan and you're listening, and if you're listening to us, odds are, the Venn diagram, you probably are.
You probably know.
Into Broadway. Yeah, so Gypsy.
Wow.
Gypsy Rose Lee.
Okay.
Ends up being the person that takes over the rest of her tour.
Wow.
But that doesn't matter to Josephine because Europe is calling her again.
Oh.
She goes back to the south of France right at the height of the rise of fascism.
Oh.
So she works for the Red Cross in 1936. She smuggles messages in her sheet music.
Wow.
You remember how when we were kids, they were like, oh, look, if you write something in lemon juice and then you put it on the... that was new technology.
Wow.
Back then. So she does that. And then she also smuggles stuff, either writing messages on the insides of her arms where she's wearing those long dresses.
Right.
Because she was one of the first people to drive a car. And
right.
Well, so she's got lemon juice on sheet music. She's got stuff like on her arms, and she is also smuggling messages in her underwear. Because she said, she was like, well, who would ever search Josephine Baker?
Nobody.
I mean, and this is somebody that like shows up and like is willing to like peel bananas off her skirt,
right,
and show her boobies,
right,
to anyone. So they're like, all right, well, what does she have to hide? Like, she's already got it all out there. She says, France made me what I am, and I'm prepared to give my whole life to France.
Wow.
So the people of Paris give her, she also says, the people of Paris gave me their hearts, and I gave them my song. But when they were threatened, I had to give them more than that.
Oh, wow.
Nobody would dare to search Josephine Baker.
No, not at all.
So she becomes what they call an HC, an honorary correspondent. She takes this part and she goes over and is just like, I'm going to go and party and perform and all of this. And she goes to parties, celebrations. She is literally right there with the enemy.
Oh, wow.
She's so bold. She's so charming. They underestimate her.
Uh-huh.
I mean, how could she possibly be getting away with anything? Right? So this is right at like the years of World War II, like right in the middle of like fascist Germany.
Right.
I mean, this woman, she has never been understated. She's still walking her cheetah on a leash with a diamond collar, right?
Right.
For Pete's sake. She's so over the top that she can totally be under the radar.
Yeah, exactly.
And she hates Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
She is also more French than American by this point.
Oh, yeah.
At least in her heart. She's really good at being smart about playing dumb.
Nice.
Hi. Oh.
Yeah.
It's just me with just Josephine Baker with my diamond-collared cheetah and my big cute tits out here. She becomes friends with Nicola Franco, who is Francisco Franco's brother.
Oh, wow.
He is the fascist leader of Spain, right? Like Franco in the... Yeah. Anyway, Mussolini shit-talks her every chance he gets.
This sounds so familiar.
Oh, I know. Like, all of this, everything I did when I was researching.
You're just like,
oh, what's that like?
I have no idea.
She's super wildly popular in Italy, though, with, like, the common people.
Oh,
Again, what's it like when you have a fascist leader, but most of the people in the country don't really feel that way?
Exactly.
She goes to parties. She smiles. She keeps her ears open. She charms people at, like, all of these. You know, like, everybody wants to see her perform.
Right.
Like, even amongst the Axis forces, everybody wants to see her perform. So she just kind of keeps her ears open. And she is Janet.
Tracy.
Janet.
Tracy.
Janet.
Tracy.
She is the first person to find out that Italy is going to ally with Japan.
Oh, wow.
So she's at a party in Paris. She finds out about this, like, oh, crap.
Right?
Italy's about ready to go and join the Axis. And she might be, like I said, she's the first person to know it. So she hops in the car. But this is like mid-party. She's a few glasses of champagne in.
Oh, no.
So she's driving her car, like one of the first people to drive, one of the first women, rather, to drive a car. And she ends up, like, a little bit of a fender bender.
Ah.
Not with another car, I don't think, but she does crash her car and does it badly enough that the cops show up. But the French police, they're like, "Oh, you're Josephine Baker.
Oh yeah.
You go ahead. So she manages to get let go by the French cops, and she gets back to her hotel, and so that message gets delivered.
Wow.
I mean, literally
By her.
By her.
That is crazy.
Literally. I mean, the entirety of World War II might have changed
If it wasn't for Josephine Baker.
if it wasn't for Josephine Baker. Eventually, Paris will become a little bit too dangerous for her. I didn't get into this because it was just too sad, but apparently one of the people that lets her or helps her leave Paris is a Jesuit priest, and he will eventually become arrested, and he'll die at Dachau.
Ugh.
But Josephine gets out. But not until she can secure a few essential things. Just the essentials.
Okay.
Just the things that you need.
Okay.
So you're trying to leave Nazi Germany,
Yes.
and you're Josephine Baker.
What are you gonna bring?
Do you have a guess?
Um,
I'm going to put you on the spot.
her cat.
Yes. Number
The
one.
panther.
You win. Yes. Number one, her animals, obviously.
Obviously.
We can't leave Toot Toot,
Nope.
the goat,
No.
and Albert, the pig that wears cologne, and Chiquita, the cheetah. You can't leave them behind.
No.
I mean, and I, this is maybe when I was like, oh my God, this is my girl. If I had to flee,
You're bringing all the animals.
absolutely.
Right.
There's no way.
Right.
All four of them are coming with me.
Right.
Number two, she brings her piano.
Because you might need it.
Right. And what if they don't have pianos in Germany? And number three, and this is also where I'm like, oh, again, my girl. She brings her bed. Look, a comfortable mattress.
It's really hard to come by sometimes.
They really are. I mean, even when I stay in a nice hotel, there are still times where I come back to my house and I'm like, oh,
Right.
you know, like so much nicer. And her bed had once belonged to Marie Antoinette.
What? Okay, now we're getting ridiculous.
Right. All right, well, so I'm fleeing fascism. I'm getting out of Hitler's Germany.
Don't forget your Marie Antoinette bed.
But don't forget your Marie Antoinette bed and your piano and your entire menagerie of animals. All I need is this lamp.
Yeah. This couch. I can't forget the couch.
Right.
And the space. My mother gave me the space.
So she brings the bed. She brings the animals, and she brings her piano, and she's like, all right, well, now I guess we're good.
Okay.
She will also use her private plane. Remember, she was one of
Yes.
the first women to become a pilot. She will take her private plane, and she'll use that to get medicine from the Red Cross to the Allied forces.
Wow.
So a lot of people ended up owing their lives
To Josephine Baker.
to, like, titties out, banana skirt, Marie Antoinette bed toting, cheetah walking, piano playing Josephine Baker. Also is like, here, now you got some medicine for your kids. She is also, at one point, invited to perform for Hitler.
Oh my God.
She turns it down,
Good.
like you should.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg.
But-
Take note.
But they also... They give her, like, the message. This is so sinister, and this is, again, just something that feels like it's so current day. Oh, he likes you, Josephine, and he's very forgiving. Right?
Gross.
She's like, yeah, maybe no.
Yeah, maybe not.
Like I said, so she does befriend the sister of Francisco Franco.
Right.
Mussolini hates her. She's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, and then for a little while in the interim, I don't know the exact year or dates or whatnot, but she ends up in Vienna, and they paint swastikas and like all kinds of like Nazi symbols on the sides of the theaters where she's about to perform.
Oh.
And she doesn't give a fuck. She just shows up and performs anyway.
Nice.
But yeah. So she's not scared of Mussolini.
Good.
She is not scared of Franco. And when Hitler is like, hey, well, we really like you. Do you want to come and give a show? She's just like, how about no?
How about no?
After the war, she will perform in Germany, but only for survivors of the camps.
Nice.
The FBI will, at some point in time, put her on a watch list and pull her citizenship.
Ugh.
But it will eventually be restored by JFK.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. She helped. What is wrong with you?
Right, completely. No, but no, John Kennedy,
Good. Yeah.
Senior.
Right.
Not the one that died in the plane crash, not the crazy brainworm brother.
Take your Tylenol.
Yeah. JFK will reinstate her citizenship. She will be booked to play U.S. clubs after the war is over. But she'll be noted for a couple of things, like the Stork Club in New York. She had an engagement there, and she ended up, like, canceling it because she will straight out refuse to play clubs that are segregated.
Good. Good.
Yeah, like, this is right around the same time of, like, the civil rights movement.
Right.
I mean, Josephine, man, like, if you take a look, this woman, she grew up sleeping in a box.
I know. Right.
And she could have been made so hard. But she has all kinds of just, like, kindness and compassion, and she's always on the right side of history.
Right.
She is amazing. She will also be the only woman of color that is invited to speak at the March on Washington.
Wow.
She will speak directly after Martin Luther King Jr.
Wow.
And she'll say there, during her speech, her words, not mine. Mine would never be this beautiful. You are on the eve of a complete victory. The world is behind you. You can't go wrong.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
Now more than ever, I'm just going to say it again. You are on the eve of a complete victory. The world is behind you. You can't go wrong.
There you go. That's nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
She will also adopt eventually 12 kids because she's rich as like anything. She will adopt 12 kids from all around the world and call them her rainbow tribe.
Yep.
She was Angelina Jolie before there was an Angelina Jolie. She says that she's doing this because she hopes to show that the people of all nationalities and races and creeds can live in harmony.
Yep.
And, I mean, she's got the money, so why not?
Exactly.
You know? She speaks against racism in the United States. And she says, again, writing this, like, it was an easy story to write because I don't need my words. I just need hers.
Right.
She said, I have walked into the palaces of kings and queens, but I can't walk into a diner in America and get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, yep.
She befriends Grace Kelly, Princess
Wow.
Grace, who is also like another one of my favorites, my heroes. And she, when she leaves Europe, Grace Kelly gives her an estate in Monaco.
Yeah, I think.
Or in Morocco.
In Morocco, okay.
Yeah, no, Monaco. I'm sorry. What am I? She is given several awards, including the Cross of War and the Rosette de la Resistance by France.
Wow.
For all of the things that she did on behalf of the French resistance. She did, in fact, have French citizenship. She will have one more revival performance in Paris, April 8th, 1925. In the audience, we have a bunch of famous celebrities. Sophia Loren.
Wow.
Mick Jagger. Shirley Bassey. Diana Ross. Liza Minnelli.
Wow.
And these are just a few, but man, I want to be...
Right. What year was that? You said 25.
And that was in 1925.
Not 25.
Oh, 75.
75.
Sorry. My God. Sorry. Oh, my bad.
No, it's
My
good.
handwriting is bad. I was
I
writing
do that all the time.
so fast. So 1975, April 8th.
Wow.
Sophia Loren, Mick Jagger, Shirley Bassey, Diana Ross, Liza Minnelli. Like, everybody who's anybody is here watching her perform. And 4 days later, after this performance, she is found in her bed, just on the mattress and surrounded by all of the reviews. Like, she was so excited about this show and this performance. She had everything. Like, you stay up all night.
Right. Reading it all.
You wait for the morning edition.
Right.
To come out, and she's reading and watching and seeing all of these. And they find her in her bed. She has had a cerebral hemorrhage.
Aww.
And so she's alive then, but incapacitated.
Right.
But I like to think that, like, her last kind of conscious moments were, oh my God, they love me, they love me, they love me.
Exactly.
And so on April 12th of 1975, Josephine Baker does pass away in a hospital in Paris. Her funeral is attended by over 20,000 people.
Wow.
She gets full French military honors. She's the first African-American woman that receives those. And again, her grave, they have a public funeral where her body isn't there, but then they make Princess Grace, who was her friend in the later years of her life, sets up a private ceremony for just her family.
Oh, okay.
To come and attend, and then also puts her grave, like puts her body in a grave in Monaco. And when they buried her, this is what I think is so lovely. They buried her with soil from every country where she had ever performed.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, yeah, when they put her to rest, like, she has a big public funeral, and then she's got
the little one,
a quiet, private one for just the people that were truly her family and her dearest ones in her life. And with a little bit of everywhere, because she spread so much joy and peace and equality everywhere that she, that she traveled in. So, yeah, like, they put her to rest in a way that made sense for her life.
Right. Wow.
And I'm going to leave us with one more quote from Josephine Baker. I know, I'm getting teary-eyed too. We're both like... She said, "Will all those medals, they're nothing compared to the joy of knowing that I fought for freedom." So that is
Wow.
the end of my third party and my love letter to St. Louis native
Yes.
and amazing woman, phenomenal woman, as Toni Morrison would say. Yeah, phenomenal human being, Josephine Baker.
That's amazing.
So fight for freedom,
Yes.
live for kindness, and keep it up, y'all.
Right.
It's going to be a long ride.
That was a great story.
All right.
Yeah.
Did I make you cry? Alrighty. Well, this is where I am going to take Janet out back and make her adopt 12 children and a cheetah.
Do I have to bring the piano too?
Yes.
Aww.
And put her to bed on a mattress that belonged to Marie Antoinette. And then once we're finished with all that, I guess we'll be back with What's Nice.
We'll be back with What's Nice. Back.
Welcome back.
And now it's time for What's Nice.
It is time for What's Nice here.
And I think I go first.
I think you do.
So because we were talking about Hannibal and we're starting to get very, very close to spooky season, we are going to talk about what they do once a year. It's called Hannibal Living Dead Windows. So on October 25th of 2025 from 5 to 8 p.m., if you go down to Main Street on Hannibal, Missouri, they have live Living Dead window displays.
Right.
Spooky photo ops all around every corner, family-friendly frights, and adult chills.
Okay.
Local shops and eateries are open late. It's free admission and costumes are encouraged. This eerie and electrifying annual Halloween tradition transforms store windows into live scenes of horror, suspense, and darkly delightful humor. All performed by local undead actors frozen in spine-chilling situations. They have zombies, creepy clowns, haunted dolls, and classic horror.
Like you do.
Yeah, so here's like one of the pictures
Oh
there.
my goodness. Okay, yeah, she looks a little bit like Wednesday Addams
Exactly.
and Cousin It.
Yep. And then here's another one, skeleton painting, probably at one of the art places.
So much fun.
So that just sounds like fun. You can look for this on historichannibalmo.com that has all the information about it. But
I know we both really love all of those fall festivals, like the Waterloo, like Witches Night Out, and just any chance that you get when the weather is nice and a little bit cool.
yeah, it's nice to get out.
Go drink some cider or get yourself a little bit of a tipple and go buy some scented candles. It's okay, babes. You deserve it.
Exactly, you deserve it. But
And put on a funny, spooky dress.
yeah, so
Embrace your inner Sanderson sisters.
exactly. So yeah, they have that once a year. So that sounds so
That
neat. Yeah.
sounds fantastic.
So that is my What's Nice.
I'm into it. All right.
So you got something for me?
And I do have something for you. I am talking about St. Louis Equality Dance.
Okay.
SLED. So sled.
Sled.
Right. So it's stlequalitydance.org. And Josephine would like this.
Okay.
It is a troupe of dancers that are committed to growing and supporting the queer ballroom dance community
Nice.
in St. Louis. Now, one thing that I didn't mention in my story is that Josephine, she had some romances with men, but she also had some romances with women. Like she and Frida Kahlo apparently had a little bit going on. And so, yes, we've got this queer equality dance troupe here in St. Louis, where she was from. And from September until May, they have monthly sessions focusing on one dance So each one builds upon the previous week.
Neat.
So it's like you can do a little bit and then you can do a little bit more and then
Right.
do a little bit more. Beginner classes are open to all ages, levels of ability, and then genders. Immediate dancers,
Yeah.
or intermediate dancers rather, not immediate.
Immediately go dance.
Immediate dancers, like when you just snap your fingers and they're like, I'm on it. Intermediate dancers also participate so that you have that. They are on Manchester, or in Manchester, Missouri, on Merrimack Station Road.
Okay.
And so, yeah, just like a quick way to be involved.
sounds
And I will say, as somebody who had a lovely dance instructor when I was in college, but that I have never been a good dancer.
Oh, okay.
I really, like, I've always loved it,
Right.
but I'm not a talented person. But that's okay.
That's okay.
I am here to tell you, just like, get out there.
Go do
your
it
thing.
anyway. Exactly.
Shake your booty.
Right.
You know, learn how to move, learn how to dance. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
So, yes, I love that this is inclusive
Yeah.
for everyone.
That's fantastic.
Go get out there and dance. Josephine would want you to.
Exactly. She would.
Also, one more thing before we knock off.
Uh-huh.
We do want to tell people that we are going to have
Our
Big
live.
Muddy Live.
Yes. It's
So,
the 14th of October, which is on a
14th of
Tuesday.
October, on a Tuesday.
6:30 to 9:30-ish.
Please do come see us
Yeah.
at the Cheshire Inn.
We'll be performing in the lobby.
We will.
Yes, and you can go next door and get a drink over at Fox and Hound and
Oh,
come listen to
they're
us.
right there in the building.
Great. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
30 feet away. You can go and get a drink at Fox and Hound. And if you want to make a night of it, then talk to me. Might be able to get you in on a room. But yes, we are very much looking forward to that.
Yes.
We appreciate you hanging out and continuing to follow us and get muddy with us.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I think there's something else we're supposed to remind people of this evening.
oh my gosh, Janet, geez, state of the world today.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of hard to do this sometimes.
But maybe we should still try to
Stay
stay Midwest nice.
Probably we need to stay Midwest nice.